Stuart, we'll touch on the game when we get to that just in a little bit. I just wanted to ask you about match preparation this week, because there has been a few doubts as to whether this game was ever going to be played today. What has the build-up been like this week?
Oh, I can't lie, Scott, it's been awful. It really has been awful, from the conversations that have been had over the last 3-4 days when we knew that there was an issue here. I think we've had pretty much every scenario thrown in front of us, and the different permutations of what might come if this game's going to be off, and the pressure that comes with that in the fixture calendar. And I need to go on record again, that's not Motherwell Football Club's problem. I believe in preparing my team. I believe in, we have a build-up to a game like every club does, and to kind of throw that into the uncertainty of, if we don't get it today, then we'll maybe play it on Sunday, or potentially that goes to Monday afternoon, or however that looks, for me is just crazy. It really is. But what I have to say, and what I have to go on record, is that this football club isn't in a position like that purely on the basis that we spent a lot of money on our pitch and the infrastructure of the football club to make sure that it's at the kind of gold standard, it's at the top standard, and that has a implication on what you spend on players and everything else, Scotty. So there's so many things that we can speak about. The most important part was that the players eventually adjusted to that today. It took us a while to, and we got into a position to adjust to that. But I also need to reference the fans here as well. I need to speak about the fans, the support and the moment they get when that third goal goes in and the final whistle today is absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. But you know what? There must have been some serious doubt on whether they were coming to Dundee today, and we have to take into account that it's no easy to travel across Scotland and spend the money for tickets and all the rest of it. So I've got to applaud them, Scott, over my kind of right shoulder there. The support, the following was absolutely tremendous. Disappointment when we go 2-0 down, but my goodness, they drove us on to a brilliant 3 points.
Just going to ask you, because we did find ourselves in a pretty precarious situation again in this match, but once again we come up trumps. How pleased are you with that?
Yeah, again, I always reference it. What it does is it shows a ridiculous togetherness. It shows a brilliant personality, a brilliant dressing room. If you've got a poor dressing room and we're not all on the same page and we don't want to, I just said it to the players in there at the end of the game, what I love seeing is a group of players that it really means something to play for a football club, and what I love seeing is it means something for them to get 3 points and go and celebrate with the supporters. And we've seen that in spade loads. When we went 2-0 down, there was still a belief there. Obviously the penalty's the one that kind of gets us back into the game, but from there was only one team, in my opinion, really striving to try and win that game of football. We had umpteen chances. Big Theo had a few in there, and we had a lot of moments flashed across their goal and in about their goal mouth, and we were pushing to win the game. I think you could see that when we got our second. Really easy to just sit there and say we'll take the point and we'll thank our lucky stars that we've got back into a game. But there was a desire from myself, the staff and the players to go and try and win that, and I'm delighted that we got our just rewards. Really nice to see Moses Abey getting on the end of it to get the winning goal as well.
I wanted to ask you as well, at 2-1 we did seem to kind of rejuvenate us. Obviously we get the goal straight away, but then there was a barrel load of chances. Was there a tactical tweak there? Was there something that you changed from the side of the pitch?
No, there wasn't a tactical tweak. We obviously went with, when we went 2-0 down, we went with the two strikers, and we wanted that extra body obviously inside the penalty box. I didn't change before that as well, Scott, because I thought we were the dominant team. I thought we had a couple of chances in there and we were in a reasonable place within the game, albeit 1-0 down, which I felt was, if I'm honest, we didn't play particularly well in the first half, neither did they. It was a little bit of a stalemate. There was a real serious lack of quality. There was a lack of chances, so I probably felt goalless at half time would have been about right. But that said, disappointed with the goal that we concede. From a cross, we've only got eyes for the ball and we don't see what's running about us in with the opposition. But as I say, changing to the two up front quite clearly has an impact. Both our strikers score, and I think there was a wee spell in that second half, really, and it's plain for everybody to see that they really struggled to deal with Big Theo Bear. The lead up to his own goal, but he had a couple of chances I felt he could maybe have taken just that fraction quicker. So to come here today with everything that's happened, with the way the pitch is and all the rest of it, and to create that number of chances pleases me. But the most important thing for us was to go and get 3 points. And what it does, Scott, is taking the Aberdeen game aside, we're in reasonable form, we're playing reasonably well, we've amassed some good points, and we've been in a decent place from the turn of the year, and we just need to continue that now between now and the end of the season.
Just finally, you said in the lead up, the talk was around Mullow could still grab a top 6 spot. Admittedly, it was a bit far-fetched and we needed some things to go our way. But you said you just wanted your team to go out and win and see where we are come 5 o'clock on Saturday. We're at that point now. What position do you think we're in? Do you think we are in a position to go and try and get this top 6 spot?
Well, we've got a chance, haven't we? I'm not going to sit here and bluff anybody and say that if it was mathematically out of reach, then we stand here and we have a completely different conversation. But I would be cheating the players, the staff, you guys and the supporters if I said that it's not possible. Of course it's possible. That's not me getting carried away. It's just that when you see those little opportunities and those goals in front of you and they're achievable and you can reach out and grab them, we had to come here and win. We had to come here and pick up 3 points. We've done that in pretty dramatic fashion, which is great. I think it's always good for the mood round about the football club when you get a late winner when you're two goals behind. I think it makes everybody feel good. But it's achievable. It is. We're possibly going to have to be doing with another favour or two here and there. But the one thing I know that we need to try and do is we need to go and try and beat Hibs next week at home, and that's what our full focus will be on. Nothing else. Top 6, everything else. We need to go and try and win 3 points. And I think we're a better team when we just have that real sound focus on what the job is in hand. And I think if we perform the way we did second half today, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Thanks, Stuart. Well done.
Cheers, Scott.